The film opens in Vietnam in 1991. A shrouded figure walks through the pouring rain towards a building. The figure in question is Moody, an international assassin. When he gets to the building, he enters a room and notices a body on the floor. He takes out his gun. The room is filled with dead guys, the result of a gang massacre. Moody proceeds to get the money, but he hears a disturbance coming from the closet behind him. He checks with his revolver drawn, only to see a terrified, young girl pointing a gun at him. Her gun misfires and Moody graciously takes it, clears the chamber, and returns it to her. He coaxes her out of the closet and leaves with her, christening her Anna. 30 years later, a criminal rushes over to a hotel where his boss's son, Anton, is expected to stay. He has not answered his phone in hours, and the man is upset because his father is seeking for him. He bursts into Anton's room, only to discover that Anton's friend, Valley, is in the bed instead. Anton has been kidnapped, and the kidnappers have called his father directly, asking that he pay $3 million for his son's release. They agree to the swap, and the criminals arrive at the rendezvous point with their weapons ready. As a blue van approaches, the men inspect the back of the vehicle, but it is empty. They remove the driver, an adult Anna, from the van and search her. The men return her to their boss's mansion. They drag her before the boss, Don Pra, who hits her in the stomach but instructs her to take the money. He says that if she takes the money, he and his guys would hunt her and her boss down and kill them. Anna assures him she had not come for the money before showing a hidden blade, stabbing the Don in the neck, and killing the 2 guards with him. Anna then walks quietly away, leaving the money there. She exits the building peacefully, but as the guards follow her, they are all slain by a sniper. She hops into the mobster's van and drives away under heavy gunfire. In the surrounding woods, Moody has Anton gagged and tied. He leaves Anton and drives away with Anna. He then dumps his firearm in a lake before reporting to his client that the mission is finished and receiving his cash. The next day, Anna visits a bookshop that she uses as a cover for her true identity as an assassin. After a difficult day, she rushes home and makes cupcakes to honor Moody's 70th birthday. She drives to his mansion and meets with his caregiver. They try to surprise Moody, but he assaults them with his new drone, saying that he does not want any more birthdays. Anna tosses him a cupcake and asks him to make a wish before giving him Albert King's flying guitar, which he falls in love with. As his health deteriorates, he begins coughing, but refuses to seek medical attention. Moody brings Anna to his secret hideout, which is located beneath the barn floor. He connects to his main computer with a thumb drive disguised as his pendant, alerting Anna that he has purchased the building where her bookshop is located, and it is now hers. Moody then begs Anna to locate an old associate of his named Lucas Hayes. Anna accepts and goes to a dry cleaner operated by a buddy, Benny, who uses it as a front for his hacking operation. She asks him to track down Lucas. The next day, a man walks into the bookstore, presumably interested in rare books. She shows him a book, but the man shifts the subject, intrigued by Anna herself, and hands her his card with his name, Michael Rembrandt. The following day, Anna meets with Benny, who informs her that Lucas Hayes was last seen as a child and provides her a disc containing extensive information. She then goes by Moody to deliver the information, but when she enters the house, she is surprised to discover the caretaker has died. Anna draws her rifle and searches, noticing the guitar she bought for Moody broken and beginning to imagine the conflict that occurred. She begins looking and eventually finds Moody's body in the tub, dead from a shotgun blast to the face. Anna sits in shock when she sees Moody's drone controller. When she switches it on, the drone flies towards her, carrying Moody's thumb-drive necklace. Anna rushes out of the mansion, calling Benny and warning him to be safe until she arrives. She gets at the dry cleaners, but is too late because she discovers Benny's lifeless body inside the clothes steamer, burned to a crisp. Anna returns to her bookstore to get her belongings, but men arrive and open fire with high-powered weapons, destroying the establishment. Anna hides behind a table to dodge the hail of gunshots. The men see only her legs and believe they have killed her, but one rushes to investigate and receives a bullet to the head. The other tries to flee in his van, but Anna has already arrived and kills him. She flees the scene shortly before the cops arrive. The next day, Anna visits an internet cafe and searches for information about Lucas Hayes, discovering that Lucas' father, Edward, who managed a company accused of exporting chemical weapons, was slain. She then examines Moody's drive and discovers that he is the assassin who killed Edward in Vietnam. Anna goes to Vietnam to learn more about Edward and his involvement to Moody's death. A biker gang is speeding down a road in Vietnam's countryside when a biker in black passes them, causing one to crash. The gang eventually locates the motorcycle and meets the rider, who turns out to be Anna, and the leader, Billy Boy, recognizes her. She hands him her bike and describes Joso Hall, the man who now runs Edward's company. Billy discovers that Moody has died and wonders if V was involved. Anna says that all she wants to do is chat to him, so Billy Boy arranges for one of his motorcyclists, who works security for V's company, to meet with Anna. She discovers that V constantly travels with his security squad and has an affinity for cigars. Anna then prepares and presents him with a box of his favorite cigars. Later that night, V is riding with his squad when Billy Boy's gang approaches them and holds the entire motorcade at gunpoint. Anna then gets into his car and tells him how easy it is to get to him. She demands that he inform her about Edward's life with the corporation, or she will be the last thing he sees, and hands him her card. V calls later, concerned that Anna is chasing him, but Anna informs him that she wants to learn more about Edward's kid, Lucas. Hearing this, V agrees to a meeting in his office with his lawyer present. Anna announces that she can see them both in his office. Anna enters V's building, passes through security, and is escorted to meet with V and his lawyer, Du. Anna gets right to the subject, asking about Lucas because 3 of her friends have died as a result of his actions. V and Du appear concerned, but Du attempts to silence Anna's inquiries. Suddenly, he is shot in the head. He grabs one of the cigars Anna sent over earlier and demands to know everything about her. Anna studies the scene before snatching a blade disguised as a cigar, slicing Du's face, and disappearing in the vents. More guys rush into the room and open fire on the ceiling, with Anna barely escaping the onslaught. She manages to switch on the sprinklers, which mask the sound of her movement, before jumping from the ceiling and holding Du at gunpoint, causing his soldiers to down their weapons. Anna then flees, using a power cord to electrocute the men chasing her. More guys open fire on Anna, but she kills 2 of them before grabbing a water hose and rappelling down to the bottom floor. As she hurries outdoors, she is struck by a car and suffers injuries. Du and his men apprehend Anna and begin interrogating her, but she refuses to answer. Du tortures her for hours and locks her up in solitary. Anna refuses to break, so Du hires a specialist who turns out to be Rembrandt. He feeds her bone broth, claiming it will assist with the inflammation. He informs her that he and Du worked for the same man, but he had nothing to do with Moody's death, which was all Du's fault. He offers to help her, but she also needs to help him. He goes to talk with Du, who is hesitant to include Rembrandt but has little choice because he killed V without the boss's approval. Rembrandt departs, but Du is not having it and intends to murder Anna while Rembrandt is around, believing that the boss will blame him and kick him out. He brings in 3 of his men, who bound Anna and then put a sheet around her neck to make her die on her own. Anna intervenes when one of the males goes too close. She breaks away and knocks down the men with a food tray before viciously killing the final one. Anna flees, and Rembrandt, taken aback by her abilities, returns to investigate. He cautions Du that Anna will come after him, but Du says it is exactly what he wants. Anna goes to speak with Billy Boy, who warns her to flee and stay alive. But Anna is hell-bent on vengeance. She describes how, as a toddler, Moody attempted to accompany her out of the country. When the guard refused to allow Anna pass, Moody killed all of the troops only for her. Anna floods tears as she recalls all that Moody has done for her. Hearing this, Billy arranges for Anna to take a boat deep into the Vietnam jungle, followed by a ride to a Catholic hospital where Lucas Hayes was last seen many years ago. Anna claims to be from the Ministry of Health and persuades the nuns to hand her a file on Edward. She then asks Billy Boy to check up the file number and discovers that Lucas Hayes never left the hospital. Anna returns to the hospital and discovers that Lucas was readmitted under the name Christian. She is escorted into a room and meets Lucas, who is both deaf and blind. Anna then receives a call from Rembrandt, who says that he is aware Anna is attending the Catholic school. He wants to meet, so Anna sets up a time and place. Anna and Rembrandt meet for dinner, and he pushes her to abandon her pursuit of his boss. The 2 draw their pistols on each other beneath the table, but their tension is palpable, and they end up flirting with each other. Rembrandt warns her again that she will die, but Anna is determined to exact revenge on Moody. Anna departs, and as Rembrandt exits the cafe, one of Du's men calls Du, who orders the hit. Du immediately calls Rembrandt and informs him that he has found Anna's hotel room. When Rembrandt is unexpectedly ambushed, he fights off 2 attackers before another appears and opens fire on him. Rembrandt flees for shelter, but the men pursue him, driving him into battle. Rembrandt is skilled and kills all of the men. The last man on the lookout notices Rembrandt strolling away uninjured and catching a cab and pulls his revolver to chase him. It turns out that Rembrandt duped him. Anna shoots one of Du's men through the door at his apartment, then ambushes and tortures Du before brutally killing him. Rembrandt arrives at the apartment shortly after, weapons drawn, and discovers Du hanging from the roof by his bed sheets. He gets a call from Anna, who informs him that she knows who his employer is. She tells him, "See you soon." Then, Rembrandt is fired at and flees. Anna walks in with a shotgun and goes looking for him. Du attacks her, and the two engage in close battle. However, Anna successfully repels him. She grabs a knife and pursues him, and the two start fighting, which strangely ends with Rembrandt cutting his cheeks up. Anna exits the building when she is shot in the side, but her assailant is slain by a cloaked figure. The man turns out to be Moody, who assists Anna with her wound. It comes out that Moody had ambushed the last attacker in his mansion and dressed him to resemble him. The two then find that Rembrandt's boss is hosting a charity banquet at his estate, and Billy Boy informs them that she will be there. On the day of the charity banquet, a large security force is deployed on the house grounds, with dogs, drones, and boats patrolling the area. The game begins and Rembrandt is on the ground, keeping an eye out for Anna, who has infiltrated the compound disguised as a waitress. Rembrandt's supervisor suddenly makes an appearance and begins to speak. Anna prepares her rifle and notices Rembrandt struggling to escape his gaze. He, on the other hand, notices her and manages to tackle her, just as she is about to take the shot, causing havoc in the room. The boss is hurried from the ballroom to his panic bunker for lockdown. Meanwhile, Anna has opened her wound, and Rembrandt is monitoring the blood splash. Anna fights him, but gets shot in the shoulder as she flees. Rembrandt goes seeking for her once more. While the boss is in his bunker, Moody ambushes him. The boss is revealed to be Edward Hayes, who paid Moody to assassinate him but staged his death to conceal himself, his son, and his illegal enterprise. Moody informs Edward that he was looking for Lucas to make atonement for allegedly killing Edward, and Edward blamed himself. Moody confesses that he is not better than Edward because of the individuals he has slain, but he has never pretended to be good. Moody then concedes that they must both pay for their faults before displaying a bomb in his luggage that is intended to murder them both. Rembrandt is able to locate Anna, who is injured and bleeding. He raises his gun to shoot her, but Moody's device detonates, propelling them both back and allowing Anna to flee. Anna manages to flee back to her homeland. She recalls the night of the tragedy when a gang invaded her compound. They had forced Anna to witness as they savagely murdered her parents on the street. Anna was led back to the gang's lair, where she witnessed a mobster manufacture a gun. The man had left her alone for a minute, and Anna used that time to construct a gun and murder all of the men who had slaughtered her family. Anna returns to her flat, but Rembrandt shows up. The two are holding each other at gunpoint, and a shot is heard. Anna leaves the premises on her own after a few minutes.